Hey, beautiful collective. So, I am here just to give a message because I had a very interesting dream last night. And I feel like I want to just start making videos. I sit here and talk to myself all day. And I'm like, maybe I should just cut my camera on and start freaking talking. And so last night I had a dream that I was in bed, half asleep. And so I live in family owned property, right? I was on some hard times, as we go through at times. And thankfully, I was able to move in. I didn't even know this family member. It's an older family member in my family, and they had ended up buying like several properties. I had no clue about it. And so he let me stay in one of his properties. And so I had a dream that a couple of my family members and like this inspector came into the home. And now I have everything kind of double locked. And so I'm like, how did y'all get in here? But I'm like, okay, he probably has the key because this is his shit. So he probably has the key. So then I was like, okay, but And so, cause I don't like nobody coming in my space like that. Like, wait a minute, you got to call me 3 hours ahead at least. Because why are you here? Right? And so they were just going around the house, just walking around looking at everything. And I'm thinking in my mind, bitch, I ain't did the dishes. I need to vacuum up in here. I need to mop, all this stuff, right? And so what I got from that was stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, right? Cleanliness. Now, mind you, I got some shit to clean myself. I am not perfect. The place, while I'm very grateful for it, it's a little, it needs some new stuff. It need a new coat of paint, I would say, on certain things. And so, but little things that you can help, like making sure your floor is mopped and making sure that, it's not a lot of clutter and things like that around. Because when they say cleanliness is next to godliness, that's more true than we think. You want to make sure that it's a high vibration. High vibration means that if God himself had walked into your apartment, right, would he be coming in there like, yeah, I like it in here, so it smell good, it look good? Or would he be like, I'm not going in there, that's too low vibration. I'm not even gonna go in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We have to, really keep up with the cleanliness of it. Even if you got to call a maid service or something like that. You can be like, listen, you can say it's not even your place. Because sometimes places, I know they be so dirty, right? It be so junky and stuff. You be like, I don't want to even call a maid because I'm embarrassed. Tell them that's somebody else's apartment and get them up there to clean that motherfucker up. Okay? Get somebody to clean it. Pay a little money. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Because that's just part of the journey. That's just one aspect to it of this whole spiritual journey that we're on, is keeping things cleanly. And if you really want your manifestations to come in, you can't be living in a full-blown pigsty. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure, because if you're in a pigsty, or if you're in somewhere where it's just not very clean, not saying your manifestation can't come in, but will you have changed? Will have you changed? That's what I'm trying to say. Have you changed to where, let's say you hit $1 million and now you can move in somewhere? Have you worked on managing your money? Have you worked on how to maybe multiply your money, how to keep your money? You know what I'm saying? Because if you get it, as we know, a lot of people who win the lottery is gone like that. Because they didn't know how to manage their money. They probably didn't even think they would really win, And so they just go have a great fun time and go just spend it up, and it's gone in 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? When I had I'm already saying that too much, so let me stop saying that. But listen, I'm new here. I'm trying to just get a message out to you and vibe with y'all and, say hello. Because that's very important as well. Asking God, how can I keep the money that I make? How can I protect the manifestations when they start to come in? Because they're coming in. Mine are, okay, I've been saying my affirmations for about a year and a half now. I started like the middle of summer in 2024. And at the time, I was like, but you realize, well, I realized, and why I even did it was because it was explained to me so well. It was like, it's science. It's not anything, it's like, because a lot of people are like, you're just saying stuff. Okay, it's scientific though. It's not only spiritual, it's scientific. It's real stuff. So when you're saying your manifestations, what I personally noticed, I can only give my own personal experience. Over time, my mindset started to change. You know, I'm saying affirmations and askformations. You know, why am I a millionaire? Why am I so wealthy? Why am I so rich? Why am I so healthy? Right? Or I'm rich, I'm healthy. You know, you start just saying things. You know, some of my favorite ones are, why does the universe work in my favor? Why is the universe set up to serve me? And when you think about it, it is. We go into different places. What are they there to? They're there to serve you. They want you to buy something, but they're there to serve you for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And so we just have to, you know, make sure that we're in the right headspace. And that's what affirmations did for me. I was not really believing it at first. I had so much, it was just so much. Every time I'd say that, it was like, nigga, no, you ain't. What are you talking about? No, that's your ego, right? Your ego is not necessarily there. People think, oh, your ego, you cocky, you this and that. Your ego is more, it keeps you in that comfort zone. It keeps you in that comfort zone where you can never really break out of it and be like, yeah, I'm going to do something different. It's like, you going to do something different? How you going to do that? Well, you've been comfortable. You good. You got your little job and stuff. Stay right here. Because if you go out there and explore, we don't know. It might be a whole journey. It might be, I don't know. Might not work. You know, and then we're afraid to do a lot of things. Fear of failure. You don't want to have fear of failure. Fear is the mind killer. When I was first hearing that from people like, I kind of come from the school of, what's his name? Delbert Blair. Back in the day, I don't know if you know him, but he was a metaphysicist. Back in the day, I watched hours and hours and hours and hours of his content, right? And so he would say that a lot, like fear is the mind killer. And I don't know if I was even fully getting it at that time. Now, 10, 15 years later, I get it. Fear will hold you back from so much in life. You'll be afraid to fail. You'll be afraid to win. You'll be afraid to step out there. You'll be afraid of this person, afraid of that person. F them. Is they any better than you? Are you any better than them? No. And okay, they might have a few more dollars than you, a few less dollars, okay? That don't make nobody better. It's paper. At the end of the day, yeah, you can buy more things, but it doesn't make anybody better. But I do absolutely believe that if we can get over our fear, then we can put ourselves out there, right? We can do whatever we want to do to create our abundance, because it's action time, y'all. And I just want to say, from me doing my affirmations, it was like things started to just unlock. At first, I was trying to start this business. I had this business partner. That went to the left. We were doing drop shipping, and we made a lot less than we put in. We put in a lot. And so we made a lot. We didn't profit, basically. That product just didn't work. Now, I could have kept on with that. I wasn't upset. I was like, okay, well, that's the thing. And what that did was, it got me on a different path, because I'd also been studying trading for a couple years. And so it kind of got me back on that path. I was like, okay, well, since that didn't work, like I said, we could have put more stuff out, but we were just like, we had lost money. We were just like, we're done, right? I could have put that out, but I was like, you know what? Let me just see if I can focus on this trading, because for me overall, I felt like trading would be the thing that I would want to do long term. So when I'm looking into, I've studied and learned a lot of things on YouTube and a lot of different skills, because I don't necessarily subscribe to the idea that I would have to go to college. Yeah, I've been to college, but I never subscribed to that idea. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I didn't have anything I really wanted to be other than myself. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be an accountant. I'm like, what do I want to be? And so I kind of just went into the workforce, and I was like, I'll figure it out. Started a bunch of businesses, lost a bunch of businesses. Some didn't pop off, but guess what? I took that as my training. And what I was saying with the affirmations, over time, stuff started to happen, y'all, okay? And even on the inside, even when I only had $5 in my pocket, I felt rich. I'm like, I'm rich though, okay? I got $5, but I know my money's coming in. I don't even like to say that BROKE word, because it's not true. I know it's not true. And as I literally started off at the beginning of the year, I studied trading, but I still was trading. I studied trading stocks, but I still was very confused about it, right? Over time, it was just like levels started to unlock. Because if you know anything about trading is a beast, right? And so now I'm at a point where I'm getting very close to being profitable. And I'm just so thankful for that. And I feel like that's going to be my 2026 manifestation of my money increasing and all of that, right? I know for sure at this point. There was points I thought I knew for sure and I was wrong. Then there was another point I thought I knew for sure and I was wrong. Now I'm like, I really feel like I have it down now to my understanding. So whatever it is you're doing, stick with it. Keep learning. Keep learning it. Why stop? If you get to a point where you're like confused, like, I don't know, like what's the next step? Go to somebody else's video and learn some more, baby. If I hadn't done that, I would probably still be stuck 2 steps back, you know? Because I didn't want to look at it as gambling. I didn't want to look at it as anything else. I want to look at it as, hey, how are you doing this? Tell me. Tell me. And even trying to copy trade was not working for me. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Basically what I'm saying with all this, whatever you're trying to manifest, whether that's, you know, a product, do it. Just get started with it. You never know where it could go. You never know, right? And so I think overall that is my message for today. You know, it is 1/1. It's the start of the new year. So I'm going to be coming to you with a lot more videos. I don't want to make this one too long, but I did get the synchronicity 111 today, which I wasn't surprised. I looked at my clock, it was 111, and today is basically it's 111. And so 111 means powerful new beginnings, okay? This is a new beginning. We're beginning the year. You can start over. You can start fresh, right? Opportunities, okay? Spiritual awakening, okay? And manifestation, all right? So you keep looking. Like whenever I get a synchronicity, a lot of times I'll look it up, y'all, on Google and just be like, what does angel number yada 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 mean? And it'll be so tailored to what I'm going through at that time that it has creeped me out, right? But I done been past that point. I'm like, I done seen so many synchronicities. It's just like, listen. It's just like, listen, I ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared. I don't care that I see 30 synchronicities a day, but I think it's beautiful now. I'm like, yeah, let me know. Thank you, Spirit. I feel like that Spirit coming through with the message for that day. And yeah, y'all, just keep going. Don't stop. Maybe your year will be 2027. You never know. But I feel like I was able to look over my last year because I've been working from home. So I've been able to look back and be like, oh, because I've been in such the same setting, I haven't really left much. It's like, oh, that was hindering my abundance. This was doing that. That was doing that. So let me get rid of these energies, painfully so, and already my money is starting to flow, right? And so if you have some energies that you're dealing with, let's say you got a little boo thing, but you know maybe that's not your person, I had to let it go. Now I'm more of a cold turkey type person. Like I can if my energy is feeling weird, I have to cut it off. I just have to cut it off. But you don't have to necessarily rush. But if you know that it's either a negative or stagnant energy, because it may not necessarily, you might think it's positive just because it's not negative. But a stagnant energy is negative as well. So you don't want to be caught up in that. And that definitely, if you don't know what's going on and your abundance is wavering and you don't know what's the next step, you might have to stop giving up all your creative energy, if you know what I'm saying. All that sex. And it's difficult, I know. Y'all might have just got to a good place or whatever's going on, and it's difficult to give it up. But it works out in the end. You just have to let it go. It's better to just, play with yourself if you have to. Okay? But you got to let those old energies go. I think it says something about that too. Old energies, and let them go. Being independent, 111 also means that. Taking action as well. You can say as many affirmations as you want, but if you are not doing something, and honestly, back in the day, it used to annoy me when people say take action. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know. But when you start to actually do it on whatever you feel comfortable with, you're like, it wasn't that hard. And other people are doing it, so why not me? I just saw a young lady. She was saying how she became a millionaire and how she's now meeting a lot of millionaires, and they're all regular people just like her. She just became a millionaire she said she was selling on Amazon. Right? So what is that you feel like you want to do? Because we're all different. What do you want to do for your manifestation? Do you want to do, like I said, the Amazon, the drop shipping, TikTok shop? Do you want to just have a successful channel? Do you want to write copy? Writing copy, you can sell websites to different business owners. You can become a medical courier or something like that. They make a lot of money. Or if you can't find nothing out, I believe if you say your affirmations enough and if you are in the right vibration, I believe you can win the lottery. So you can start playing the lottery. Don't overkill. Budget. Maybe just play $1 a day. That dollar might be your $1 million. Look up some lottery affirmations. There's one guy, Mark Houghton. He is constantly talking about how he won the lottery several times from just saying his affirmations, being in a high vibration, visualizing, going and he went and got the mats for this specific car that he wanted, and he was like, I'm getting the mats because the car is coming. Like, why would I not go get the mats? I need the mats. I need the mats for the car because it's coming, right? And so, yeah, y'all, for me, it's all real. It's all real, and we have to just focus. Do you want to focus on the fake world? The politic world, the fake made up stuff? That shit's made up. They be trying to act like the spiritual stuff is made up. That shit is really made up. It's like, it's more fake than you think. The government shit, the education shit, all this shit is made up. The only thing that's really real is spirit. Is this beautiful world that God made for us. Not to sit here and be stressed out. The enemy has had us in his clutches. I believe this whole system has been run by Satan, personally. He's had us in his clutches. But because of the age of Aquarius, we're moving out of that energy. So you can do what you want to do. Let's say, before I go, I'll just say this. Let's say, you watch a superhero show or a witch show. I used to love Charmed growing up, so I'm naming it Beyond Charmed because I love that show, and I just felt like that was a cute name. I made Beyond Charmed years ago. And so And I feel like it describes me. I'm beyond charmed. And so, and so, with that, they used to say spells, right? And things would happen usually immediately. It's not like that for real here on the 3D because it's so dense. And because it's so dense, it might just take a little more time, but you use the power of the tongue, say your affirmations, it goes out into your auric field and it resounds throughout the universe. But they say your auric field goes out, what? I may be wrong, 50 miles or something crazy like that. And so you start to attract things in. And I can only tell you because I've been going through it. I can only tell you because I've been going through it. And I am now getting to the place where my manifestations are coming true. So, yeah, y'all, I feel like if you have really been doing the work, healing, man, I cried so much last year, I didn't know what to do. I cried so much. And it wasn't even like kind of purpose. It was like, it was just naturally happening. I just let it happen too, because a lot of times we'll hold it back like, bitch, don't cry. I was just crying earlier today, the other day, right? But guess what those tears did for me, y'all? Those tears healed me. Repenting healed me. Realizing that God loves me regardless healed me. Okay? Realize that spirit is love. They just love you. They want you to, they're rooting for you. It's not like judgmental like they would like us to think. No, it's not like that at all. From my own spiritual research the past 20 years, I've been studying this stuff for 20 years, since I was 15. It's not like a judgmental thing. They're not judging you for every little thing. If anything, they're just wishing you well. They're hoping that you come out of that mindset. They're hoping that you get better over time, right? They're hoping that you are not afraid to put yourself out there, right? And so I don't want to make this too long, y'all. Just like, it don't matter though. Y'all skip through it. Y'all gonna watch what y'all want to watch. But, you know, I'm going to continue making videos and I hope you'll come along for the journey. And yeah, family, I will talk to y'all on another video. I hope that wasn't all over the place. I think I do have ADHD, and so it might be. But listen, we gonna just rock with it and let the thoughts flow. All right, bye y'all.